It's been a while since I've been to a haunted house, and this time, I was led to room 10. The house looked like it hadn't been touched since the 1950s. I noticed some lights flickering on and off in the hall. I walked through the hallway, peering into each room. Room 12 had a sign that said danger, so I hunted for what could be lurking behind one of those closed curtains. I tugged at one of the curtains, then pulled it back to reveal an empty room with webs hanging from the dusty furniture. It smelled like something I can't quite put my finger on, and I wouldn't do that anyway because it's gross. There was another big open window with thick dark curtains. The two chests on opposite sides of the room looked like they belonged to old royalty. But something about them seemed very out of place. I went for one chest, and as soon as I touched it, it popped open, then swung shut again by itself, almost like someone was using it to trap me. But I was able to jump out of the way and run to the other chest. This one opened as soon as I touched it, revealing a dusty old doll with a scepter in its hand. Then, this thing started coming after me, but I wasn't scared because whatever creature was chasing me looked like an old man with long white hair and beard. He didn't have any eyes on his face, but he had an eerie smile that made me uneasy. I grabbed the handle of the scepter with my hand and swung it at him, but he just laughed. Then I ran back to the window, but his laughter followed me. Just then the maid walked in. Shocked by the scene unfolding before her, she gave out a gasp. The creepy old man-looking thing just totally snapped at her, saying, "Didn't you see the do not disturb sign?" He continues to ridicule her on her rudeness and how stupid she is and how dumb she looks. In fact, I really had to take a second. I mean, why did he have to go there? While he was giving her the verbal smackdown of her life, I grabbed the first thing I could grab and threw it at him. Unfortunately, it was a pillow. It was, well, anticlimactic to say the least. He just stopped and silently looked at me. I just knew he was rolling his eyes at me, if only he had any. I guess it was implied by his smile. The maid started getting angry, but she said she's a ghost, so it really didn't matter. She gave us both the finger and left. I still don't know if she was even real. Which would have been nice to know. I started to jump out of the window, and my heart stopped when I saw that there was a pit below me. An old, deep pit. I barely pulled myself back from falling and turned back to the empty room. There was a large painting at the end of the room with a hideous face on it. I reached out and touched it, I don't know why, but it was gross and it threw me into a complete panic. "So you see," the face said, "you have been here before." I told myself, "I'm not crazy, I've never actually been here." The face said, "Remember the stories? The house? The old man? In 1827, an old man was dying. He wanted to make sure his property was going to a worthy heir. His family heard one day he had a son and that the son lived in an attic at the house with an old caretaker. After years of searching, I'm just going to have to stop you there. I always knew this place was weird, but there has never been any proof till now when I found this mysterious doll while exploring in the attic." "You found a doll?" the old man said. He tilted his head at me. I didn't even notice he was still there. He probably didn't believe in the rumor, so he asked that incredibly stupid question. I nodded and showed him the doll's body. It was a large doll that was as long as my arm and somewhat resembled a robot with wires for arms and legs. Its head had only one eye, an eye that could see into the future, which looked like it would start winking any moment now. I knew it was about to wink because I used that eye to look into the future and saw that it would wink in about 20 seconds. The head was covered with a wrinkled hide that looked like suede. and a great jowled throat hung down from the wide circular shoulders. A long black tail, 6 feet in length, twitched restlessly behind it. "A bulldog," I said. "Look at him. Look at his color. And see how great he is." "Take it," said the old man. "I'm tired of it." I threw it right in his face and laughed defiantly. "Okay, I didn't do that, but I totally wanted to." Imagine the look on his face. Anyway, I put the doll in my dingy old backpack and said goodbye to the hideous old man. I hurried downstairs as fast as I could. I thought about giving it back, but I knew that he only gave it to me because he thought I was somebody else. As I left the house, as it turns out, I don't think it was a house at all. I think it was a gas station, I don't know. Now that I'm walking home in the cool night air, all I can do is wonder, what kind of mushrooms were in that salad? Thanks for watching.